Go on, man.
Slow down and walk.
Oh. Morning, folks. Simon and Mabel. And Betsy's behind us. And we're out jogging. Couch for 21k app. So it's 2 minutes walk, 1 minute jog. And that goes on for an hour. So we started it yesterday. We're stiff as a board today. We're stretched out well. It's the weekend, so... Do you want to be on the video, love? No. Betsy doesn't want to be on this video. We're up in Sheep House. And the ground cover now. I've not been up here probably for 2 weeks. She's been busy at work, and Mabel's just coming towards the end of her first ever season at the age of about 11 months. She just finished it, so I started about 10 and a half. Finished it nearly now at 11, just after. Bleeding, spotting for a good 10 to 12 days, and that slowly eased off. Been much more lethargic, much more tired. But still energetic enough for runs. So very soon she'll be looking at we'll be looking at adult food for her, just to swap her over. So I've been looking at supplements as well for her today, just to make sure the Purina probiotic food, she's getting enough in it. But I think we're going to add some oily fish 2 or 3 times a week, just some sardines, not putting you on, and yeah,
Start running.
And just some other supplements, bones, big knuckle bones for her teeth to chomp on for the calcium. Oh. Oh, so it's a Sunday morning. It's the middle of May, 16th, 17th of May, and now we're well into spring. It's beautiful. Everything's covered. Ronnie O'Sullivan's just won his 7th World Snooker Championships at the age of 46. And all is good in the world. Oh. The weight I put back on after losing a stone and a half last year, it's gone back on again. Plus 2 or 3 extra pounds as well. So at the moment I'm struggling to, even though I'm doing a pretty physical job as a gardener, I'm struggling with the type of eating and the volume. So we decided to add in some weekend running or jogging, just to get that heart rate up and get the metabolism going again. Stretching, and then get this done for a few months now. Less than 2 weeks time, 2 weeks yesterday actually, we're going up to to above Inverness, to Dornoch, to his caravan, Scottish holiday. So we're going to get some big walks over on the Isle of Skye, hopefully, over on the west coast, and get Mabel in the sea. That's going to be great fun. So I'll do a few videos from Scotland. So the swallows were late this year to our area. The first swallows I saw were just into the second week of May, and I'm usually seeing them in the middle of April. But then all of a sudden, a week after or so, all the swifts have arrived. So the swifts seem as though they're possibly on time. Swallow's a little bit late, but it's only a rough guide. Maybe a sign that the passage from Central Africa isn't as easy and the food sources aren't as plentiful. But not necessarily, it's not necessarily all doom and gloom. Seen a big swan on its own, looks like a big male swan, just living on its own near the local reservoir. Been here for a few weeks now. Doesn't seem to be in groups. Now whether it has got babies nearby, but they usually don't leave the females. So that's a little bit unusual, I think. Unless it's a type of breed that is solitary, because it's not a standard swan with the orange, it's got the yellow and black beak.
Start running. Slow down and walk.
So we're doubling back on ourselves today. We're just making use of the flat areas, and because of his weight and his age, we don't want too many hills, and it's lovely and soft underfoot.
Start running.
Oh, should I? Can I have one little picture of you? No. Oh. I want to see how cute you are. Look at how green it is down the bottom. It's my favourite wood, this. Right on the doorstep. Oh. Only a little second.
Hello.
Thank you. And those ones with you on them get more views than just me droning on. Oh, can you smell that bluebell as well?
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's lovely, isn't it? Powerful smell. So we're talking about doing a big hike on the Isle of Skye, hopefully 3 or 4 hours minimum, and get us fitness up over the next couple of weeks. We may do a couple of jogs while we're up there, but I think the main thing is going to be hill walking, which is just as good for you as jogging, if not better, up in the clean air. Oh. Not seen the deer recently, and I'm sure they're still around. And I was talking on previous videos about animals that unfortunately have been killed on the Manchester Road down the bottom there recently. Deer, one deer, badger.
Start running.
Squirrel there. It is that time of year as well, obviously, when youngsters are out. Come back, love. I was driving to the bit the other day. There was a male and female mallard duck going across the road. So traffic slowed down. Person coming the other way slowed, but she didn't stop. She went to a crawl, thinking that they'd fly away, and they didn't. She just ran straight over the top of the female. So I stopped. I was going to get out and put it out of its misery, but it died within seconds, and that's the problem. People think that everything
Slow down
flies
and
away,
walk.
but ducks don't necessarily, especially the younger ones. So you have to be careful on the roads. There was no danger to other traffic users. There was no issues. It was a road, but it was quite early morning. Everything else had slowed, so there are thousands of animals and birds killed on our roads every year. Oh dear. I think years ago I had a rabbit startled and it come out the hedges, ran along the side of my car. It might have been a hare, and it was just running and running, so I slowed and slowed, and it just went straight under the tyres, and it was dark as well. I've hit a badger once that crossed the road. Didn't, just came out of nowhere. Stopped, tried to check for it, and I think I must have knocked it into a field. I couldn't find it in the dark. And then I stopped a few days later to see if it was there in the daytime. I couldn't find it, so whether I'd stunned it or it had wandered off and died somewhere. We're getting so many eggs now from our hens, 2 a day on average. So we're going through them like Billy-O, really fresh eggs, lovely. The hens are going around the garden along with the duck, cleaning up all the insects. They go through the rabbit manure as well, looking for little grubs and insects. I think they actually use the rabbit manure and digest it, eat some of it. So it's a good system we've got going, a cleaning system within the land. This is me today, beard growing back, hair nice and tidy and short. I don't know where we're up to, love, but we're getting there. Grinning because you're on candid camera. You enjoying it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bet she's got a podcast in. Haven't listened to a podcast. It's grand, isn't it?
Nice first song.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it? I'm just saying we're going to try and do some big walks on Skye and generally around Scotland, aren't we, soon? And Joseph, our youngest, a 21-year-old, moving into his first flat this week. First bit of independence. He's lived with his brother before, and now he's going out on his own, on a limb. Let's try it for a while, see how he gets on. That next step in his independence. I thought we'll go back to end and go round again. I think by time... No, we'll carry on. I think by the time we get round here, it'll probably be end of it. And then we can walk back. It's just so thick, and this grass up here, isn't it? I bet Zainab would like it up here as well, wouldn't she? So we've just done circular routes through the woods, double backed on ourselves once. We're coming back down the same path, same route. It's very nice and soft underfoot. It's lovely, better than down on the railway track, which is hard course grit, so that'll take more of a toll on your joints. Come on, this way. Could do with using some of them eggs up, couldn't we, today? Because there's loads coming. Oh, can you hear the curlew? On the top moors. Betsy's got a podcast in. I've just heard the curlew screeching.
Start running.
I'm not keeping an eye on it where we're up to, but we must be getting towards the end of it now. We're going past the gnarly beach. Oh dear. And just recently I bought a large wisteria in a pot, £30. A large rowan mountain ash tree, good 11 foot high, £35. And 4 other good size 9 foot high fruit trees, 8.5 possibly, 34 each, to put along our fence boundary in the garden. That's given us a lot more dense cover, privacy from the neighbours, little bit of shade, and then also another clematis, a beautiful white flowering clematis to go up the fence. So rather than spending lots of money on hard landscaping, putting in the soft landscaping with the plants and the trees. Oh, and it looks really, really nice. A tree in your garden just is a wonder. Local garden centres were selling 15, 16 foot high, much more mature trees for £130, which are a pretty good price, to be honest, at that size. I'm reckoning in a sec, love, we'll be on to his cool down. We'll be on to his cool down shortly, I think. I think it'll... It doesn't say, I've not had a look. It'll be coming up soon, I can feel it. We're getting there.
Start running.
Running again. And we did this yesterday with Mabel, and later on in the day she was really tired. So again, I've just been looking at her food recently, just making sure we've got her on as good a quality food as we can afford. Especially if she's having these seasons, and there's a possibility that we may breed her. And even if we don't, I want to keep her as healthy as possible, same as us. So we're going to have a look at some supplements for her. Go on, mate. No, she's just running at my side at the moment. Come on.
Slow down and walk.
Every time I think it's over, it just goes for another run. Mabel's doing a leap in. She's seen something.
Begin your cool down.
Cool down. Yee. Are we just walking the cool down? So that was pretty good, wasn't it? Because we were just not many inclines, were there? Both me and Betsy are struggling as soon as we get to any little hill, even with the walking. So, but this is great underfoot, all these pine needles and soil. And this track just goes on forever, so it's great. Nobody about, even though it's a Sunday. But then we've got the woods, haven't we, when we go up to Scotland, opposite the caravan. There's a big set of woods there. If we can get up onto the top and run on the flat, because it's quite hilly. Oh, last time we ran down near the seashore as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Near the cows. Yeah, the cows, all the mushrooms growing, and picked the nice mushrooms and fried them up for breakfast. Oh, that was very nice. Oh. So yeah, so we're on to a 5-minute cool down now. So we've done a 5-minute warm up. I think it's roughly 55 minutes jog walk, and then 5 minutes cool down. So this is the second of a, is it a 10-week programme? Something like that, isn't it? Yeah. Is it 20 weeks?
Yeah.
20 weeks, 3 runs a week. And if you keep up with the programme, it should get you being able to run up to half marathon distance.
It might be 10 weeks. I think it's 20 runs, isn't it?
Is it 20 runs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd see that. That might be, it might be a bit much, that might, for us at our level. 20 runs isn't really going to get us up to running half marathon, is it, our fitness? But I think, you're looking at yours. But I think what we'll end up doing, we'll have to repeat certain weeks, don't you think? No? Betsy's all for running more and jogging less. The thing is, if we can't get out of bed in the morning, I can't wait to watch this back on telly. Oh, aren't you cute? Gives a smile. You've got a little bit of stuff on your nose. Want me to lick it off?
20 weeks.
20 weeks?
Yeah.
Right, so not 20 runs.
Yeah, 20 weeks. 60 runs.
60 runs. That's more reasonable, isn't it? We'll see how we get on. I think we'll be ready, won't we, come next week for a... I think after the 4th run it makes you jog for 2 minutes and walk for 1, and then it steps back, doesn't it? It steps back to what we're doing now, to jog for 1 minute, walk for 2, and then it steps it up again. So hopefully 60 runs over 20 weeks. What's that? For 12 weeks, 3 months. 16, 4, 5. I'm trying to work out how many months.
Oh.
It's 5 months, isn't it?
Yeah.
5 months. So that sounds more reasonable. 20 weeks doesn't sound a lot, does it? But 5 months to be able to run half marathon.
60 runs 20 in 20 weeks.
Yeah, but I'm trying to work out the amount of months
Oh.
that is.
5 months.
5 months, isn't it? So 5 months to be able to get up to half marathon standard is quite reasonable, I think, isn't it? Betsy's still deaf. She's got Otrax in her
3 runs a week, isn't it?
Yeah. So do you think Zainab would want to join us to try and get up to
Yeah.
5 months worth of running
Yeah.
and get up to half marathon level? It's going to be interesting to see, because we've got a 28-year-old who's wanting to get fit but is a smoker. Betsy is 51 and is a smoker and overweight. Me, who's not a smoker and has got a dodgy knee. Me, who is a smoker, not a smoker rather, not a drinker, but an overeater and well overweight.
Run complete. Great work.
Well done. Woohoo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And then we'll sign off there. Speak to you next time.